Have you ever stood in front of a woman and felt something change in the air? Something unspoken, electric, undeniable? She didn't say a word, yet something in her shifted. Her body language softened. Her eyes lingered just a little longer. Her laughter became more intimate, and you couldn't help but wonder, what just happened? Most men miss the signs, not because they're not smart enough, but because they're not present enough. In a world of endless distractions and surface-level interactions, we forget to listen with our instincts. And here's the raw truth. When a woman desires you deeply, when her attraction breaks through her guarded facade, she doesn't tell you with her mouth. She tells you with her actions. She changes something. And if you're sharp enough, you'll notice. This video isn't about tricks or cheap tactics. It's about awareness, self-control, and the unspoken dance between masculine and feminine energy. It's about decoding the psychological shifts that happen when a woman is ready to surrender to desire. It's about becoming the man who doesn't chase, but who watches, waits, and understands. Stay until the end, because once you understand these 5 powerful shifts, you'll never see women, or yourself, the same way again. Number 1, she changes her body language, and it speaks louder than words. When a woman is drawn to you, truly drawn, her body becomes her confession. She won't say, "I want you," but her posture will scream it. You'll notice her body begin to open. She'll tilt her head slightly when you speak, exposing her neck, a subtle vulnerability. She'll uncross her arms, lean toward you, and mirror your movements without even realizing it. These gestures are unconscious signs of psychological trust and attraction. She touches her hair more. Her fingers trace invisible patterns on the rim of her glass. She laughs softer, plays with her jewelry, adjusts her clothing slightly. These aren't fidgets, they're signals, and they're ancient. According to psychological studies, women exhibit specific preening behaviors when they feel aroused or attracted. This comes from a primal place, the instinct to signal availability without losing control. It's not manipulation, it's biology. But here's the twist. Not every man sees it, because only the men who are grounded, present, and emotionally still can perceive the shift. That's where Stoic psychology enters. When you're not seeking approval, when you observe instead of chase, you start noticing everything. So the next time you talk to her, slow down. Watch her eyes. Notice how she sits. If she changes her posture, opens up, and subtly leans in, you're not just having a conversation anymore. You're being invited into her world. Number 2, she changes her voice, and you'll hear the desire beneath the words. Words can lie, but a woman's voice rarely does. If a woman wants to be close to you, intimately, her tone shifts before her lips ever confess a thing. Her pitch may soften, her pace slows. The rhythm becomes smooth, almost melodic. She's no longer speaking to you, she's speaking into you. Why? Because her psychology is preparing for intimacy, and the voice, as psychologists say, is directly tied to the limbic system, the emotional brain. Studies show that women lower their vocal tone when speaking to someone they're romantically interested in. It's instinctive, almost ancient. You'll notice she's no longer using sharp, logical phrasing. Instead, she becomes playful, curious, even flirtatious. Her sarcasm lightens. Her laughter lingers. She starts using your name more often. That's no accident. Repeating your name is a psychological way to create familiarity and closeness. But here's what sets Stoic men apart. They don't respond with desperation. They listen with intent. They allow her voice to echo, not just in the room, but in their presence. They don't rush. They don't brag. They hold space. When a woman shifts her voice around you, it's not just conversation, it's chemistry. And if you're wise enough, you'll understand what most men never do. When a woman changes her voice, she's lowering her guard. That's your moment, not to act, but to hold your ground. Because real power doesn't pursue, it attracts. Number 3, she changes the way she touches, but not where you expect. Touch is the language of emotion. But when a woman is drawn to you sexually, her touch becomes ritualistic and deeply intentional. She doesn't need to touch you in obvious places. In fact, it's the small touches that matter the most. She'll brush her fingers against your hand just long enough to question if it was on purpose. She may nudge your shoulder while laughing. Her knee might accidentally tap yours under the table, and she won't pull it away quickly. These micro-touches are psychological signals, and they carry immense meaning. Researchers in human behavior reveal that women initiate more accidental contact when they're emotionally or sexually intrigued. It's their way of testing safety and gauging your response. Here's where Stoicism becomes vital. The emotionally intelligent man doesn't flinch. He doesn't overreact. He recognizes these gestures not as green lights for immediate pursuit, but as data points, evidence of rising trust and attraction. He responds with presence, not pressure. She may also touch herself more, readjusting her clothes, running her fingers along her collarbone, tracing her lips. These aren't vain movements, they're subconscious signs of desire projected outward. A woman who changes her patterns of touch is revealing an internal shift. She's allowing her body to speak the words her mouth won't dare say. Most men never listen, but the man who watches, who reads between the touches, becomes unforgettable. Number 4. She changes the conversation from surface to soul. Casual talk dies when desire is real. When a woman starts desiring you, truly yearning for intimacy, she changes what she wants to talk about. Small talk fades, gossip disappears. Instead, she dives deeper. You'll hear her ask questions like, "What do you really want in life? Have you ever been hurt before? Do you believe in love?" These aren't just questions, they're invitations. Psychologists call this emotional escalation. It's a natural shift that occurs when a woman begins forming a deeper emotional bond. And sexual attraction, contrary to popular belief, doesn't start in the body, it starts in the mind. When she opens up her emotional world to you, she's not just trying to get to know you. She's trying to see if you can hold her depth, if your masculinity is strong enough to protect her vulnerability. Stoic men don't flinch at emotional depth. They welcome it, not with overexposure, but with calm clarity. They answer with honesty, not performance. They lead the conversation with quiet confidence. So if she starts asking about your childhood, your dreams, or your pain, understand, this is her way of drawing you closer. This is intimacy beginning to bloom. Not physically, but psychologically. Don't run from the depth, dive into it. That's where the real connection lies. Number 5, she changes her boundaries because she feels safe with you. Attraction without trust is just fantasy. But when a woman starts feeling safe around you, her boundaries begin to shift, quietly, subtly, but powerfully. She may start sharing her insecurities, letting you into her routines, inviting you into her space, her world, her thoughts. This is not weakness, it's emotional surrender, and it doesn't happen easily. Psychologically, women are biologically wired to protect themselves from emotional and physical harm. So when a woman starts dismantling her walls in your presence, it means one thing. You've created a space she can breathe in. She'll let herself be seen without makeup. She won't panic about imperfections. She might even change clothes in front of you, subtly observing how you react. This is a powerful moment because she's not just showing you her body, she's showing you her trust. Stoic men don't exploit this moment. They honor it. They understand that vulnerability is the highest form of intimacy, and the woman who begins to drop her boundaries in your presence isn't just attracted to your looks. She's pulled in by your energy, your consistency, your emotional stability. This is where lust turns into connection. So don't miss the signal. When her guard falls, it's not an invitation to conquer. It's a test of your patience, your integrity, your depth, and only the men who respect her vulnerability will ever be invited into her full desire. Conclusion: desire is never random. It's not about luck. It's not about tricks. It's about awareness. When a woman wants to sleep with you, she doesn't shout it from the rooftops. She shifts in her body, in her voice, in her touch, in her words, in her boundaries. She changes, and the man who sees those changes, quietly, respectfully, and wisely, becomes unforgettable. This is the power of Stoic psychology, not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself, in being so grounded, so present, so emotionally secure, that a woman feels safe enough to reveal her truth to you. Most men never get this far, not because women aren't interested, but because they aren't listening. But now you know. And with that knowledge comes power, not to manipulate, but to connect on a deeper, more meaningful level. So if this resonated with you, if you felt something shift in how you see attraction and connection, don't just scroll away. Like the video. Subscribe for more deep truths like this, and drop a comment below. What's a sign you've noticed before, but didn't understand until now? Become the man who doesn't chase. Become the man women open up to, because presence is the ultimate seduction.